And I think that IKEA is one of the brands that has impacted me the most, mainly because it's always been a part of my childhood home, my homes, and you always tend to go to IKEA to spend like X amount of money on a table, and you always walk out with 10 times the amount that you wanted to purchase.
Yeah, I'm also going to start with a brand that's been a big part of my life, and it's Lego. And I think it's so impressive how they keeping relevant generation after generation. You have parents building with their kids, those kids grown up building with their kids. And they have so many touch points. They have the movies franchise, the video game. They have a lot of digital communities. They have a Lego Master TV show, and they have everything for everyone almost. There's room for improvement though, and their physical retail stores aren't as good as the rest of their touch points, but I think it's a really cool brand that's been with me. And
yeah, and like the tech then, and like the ecosystem, I guess that there's been a lot of like shifts of power and stuff. Or
that is a very interesting question, actually. Yeah, there has been a lot of shifts of different power. I actually agree with a lot of what you said in terms of basically post-pandemic accelerated the systematic changes which would have happened in the economy anyways, right? So personalization, customization, experience orientation, like these are very key elements which everyone has been talking about in retail for the last 10, 15 years. And the pandemic made it happen within 1-2. It's quite incredible. So yeah, people are more convenience orientated. They are more experience minded. So in your perspective, like from what I understand, obviously the stores you're creating are going to be amazing because people who want to go to stores want to have a great time and a fantastic experience. And then it's really good for the first time to, let's say, when you have a digitally native coming physically for the first time, because you actually get to experience what that brand represents physically in an environment which you can touch.
As I would expect, and I don't know if that's...
All right, so then what about, so look, if you think about it, what about TikTok's algorithm, right? TikTok's algorithm is basically like dopamine hits. So every time you're looking through whatever things, it's slowly learning about your personalization and customization. So if you can get that type of technology into other types of applications, then maybe that customer experience will be better. Maybe you will get more personalized products, potentially maybe on voice when you speak to it.
Yeah.
It will give you exactly what you're thinking about and need because it knows what gives you joy.
Yeah.
And I think this is a really exciting time we live in.
But will the stores then disappear?
No, I think people always want physical meeting points, right? People are human beings. You want customer centricity, you want to see people. I mean, like the whole idea of meeting places and buildings is because people are social beings.
just on a note, what Jonathan mentioned, when the algorithms learn what you like when you scroll through things, there's like a meta take on that, because I know that. So when I see something that I think is quite relevant, like something on Instagram, I flick through it anyways, because I'm metaing the algorithm, because I don't want more. I would just like to see that a little bit, but not for too long.
So you swipe faster?
Swipe faster. I don't have too much of that. I could take longer. So sort of, I don't know if it's still AI.
Your AI.
Yeah, then it will know when you're trying to avoid it.
In retail, I would say for me, and the work that I do is more of how to communicate with the broader mass, even if it's customers or if it's a brand, store staff, and so forth, to try and educate them on products or sales pitches specified for their brand. So I think that's a challenge that's coming. There are ways to handle that with different types of digital engagement programs, for instance, where you can reach a broader mass digitally.
Because first, of course, most of your competitors will reduce their spending, which gives you more of a relative advantage. And then also when we shift them from maybe buying things to dreaming about things or emotionally being connected, it's easier than to maybe create an experience. I think that's interesting. Another thing that I'm very curious about is data. And Mia, you talk about how AI can be used in stores and stuff. So I think it's very interesting to see like the data currency. What will we then give away and what will that cost brands? And when it comes to privacy issues and stuff, and who will do that in a good way to then create a value for then the customers. So it's not pushed on you. So you're not getting more of what you just talked with your friends about, but where it's actually used in a way that can create value.